Hello friends and fellow gamers, it's MKxJUMP here, and in today's video we're checking out this week's event for Idle Heroes. We have some really nice rewards this week, which makes a change. It's a campaign loot drop event and wishing fountain event, which is normally a little bit quiet, but this week it looks like we've got some really cool stuff. So let's go check it out. Also, before we get into today's video, I'd love to give a shout out to two new individuals that have decided to back me on Patreon. Jared Vunderink and Glenny Boy, thank you so much for your support, and if you want to be like them to help support the content I make here and also get access to some account reviews, why not consider backing me on Patreon using the link up there in the top corner of the screen or down below in the description. Anyway guys, let's go check out this week's event. So this week we have a campaign loot drop event, and that means we have to collect a currency which will be used to buy different rewards throughout the week. Now here this currency for this week is called the doggy, so ironically it's a currency that's based on a dog, and we've been seeing a lot of that recently in the crypto market. So here we have our very own Dogecoin for Idle Heroes. So this fella's called Doggy, he's a Shogu AI from Planet Kirby, proficient in the input method. I don't know what that means. It's superfluous. Either way, you just collect all these doggies and you're going to use them to get some rewards. As well, you get super wishing coins throughout the week, which is pretty sweet. So you're going to get 700 doggies and 7 wishing coins for logging in every day. As well, to get more of these doggies, you need to claim them from campaign by clicking loot. So make sure you're logging in frequently to get your loot rewards, because guys, that's one mistake a lot of people make, is they forget to click on campaign and claim their loot, and they don't actually get as many doggies, or whatever the currency is, as they could. So guys, make sure you're logging in frequently this week. Now, what we have for this week's value packages is a pretty standard package for a campaign loot drop event. We have twice as many gems as you'd normally get, with 600 of our currency scaling down, 150 wishing coins, and 10 profit orbs. This is perfectly normal, and if you guys are used to spending this event, then that's pretty standard value for you. Is it worth it? Well, it depends entirely whether you need to get these doggies to pick up the rewards from the event. What you also need to ask yourself is whether you want these rewards. This week we can get Magic Stone Sword for 3,600 of the currency. Now that is about 200 bucks if you were going to buy these value packages, because you can get around 2,400 doggies this event without really having to do much. So basically, if you spend a little bit of money, I say a little bit, $200, you can get yourself a Magic Stone Sword. Is that worth it? Well, I'd rather use Universal Crystals. So if you have Universal Crystals, you can use them to grab it. And again, Magic Stone Sword, is it a decent artifact? Well, it really depends what you're going to be using it for. Once you have multiple copies and you can make it glittery or better, you can use it to do a Inosuke cheese in the void. If you don't know what that is, I'll link it in the top corner of the video, just so that you guys can check it out and actually decide whether that's something for you. You'll need an E5 to unlock the Void, and you need this at Glittery or better to be able to use it, and you need a 6-star Inosuke and no star spawns to maximize your ability to do this. However, having multiple Magic Stone Swords mushed together to make either a Glittery or better Magic Stone Sword with an Inosuke can get you very far in the Void, so it may be worth considering if you want to pick this artifact up. Other things available this week is Russell, Eloise, and Ithaqua. The only one of these three that really excite me is the one that's actually available for free, because if you remember I said you can probably get around 2,400 doggies without doing anything apart from logging in this event. So getting Ithaqua for 2,300, which is basically free, is fantastic. For new players, this is great. For free-to-play players, this is brilliant. She's one of the best, if not the best, first E5 in the game, so I really love that Ithaqua is available this event. For those of you that don't want to pick anything up on the top, I think it's probably best to go for Heroic Summon Scrolls, with Anniversary now only 2 weeks away, and you're going to need those scrolls to get the top rewards. As well, you could grab Profit Orbs if you really wanted to, but I really do think the scrolls are much more important within the weeks ahead. As well, this week we have the Wishing Fountain event, which rewards you for spinning in the Wishing Fountain. Spinning your coins and getting the rewards is going to get you various things, which is basically Profit Orbs and Super Wishing Coins. But if you get all the way up to 300 coins spun, you'll get yourself a Heart Watcher copy, which is really nice for new players, because Heart Watcher is able to increase the damage taken by an enemy with her Watcher mark, and these stack up to 300%, so you can be doing 300% extra damage to your opponent, which is massive and makes Heart Watcher one of the best support heroes against boss fights in PvE. So if you're new to the game and you haven't already got Heart Watchers, this might be something worth considering because a 10-star Heart Watcher is really helpful for a lot of early accounts. Obviously, it's best to build it after you've built your first E5, but seriously, you can't go wrong with a Heart Watcher. And finally, for this week's event, we have Almost Workshop and we have Glorious Boost. These two events will last for the next 2 weeks, and Glorious Boost is a fantastic opportunity to purchase artifacts. You can buy them for 400 Glorious Relics if you have them saved up, and for this week, we have Magic Stone Sword, Augustus Magic Ball, Antlers Cane, Demon Bell, and Golden Crown. I've already talked about Magic Stone Sword, so I'm just going to say again, it's a fairly good artifact that allows you to do a Nosuke cheese, but we also have here Augustus Magic Ball, an artifact that when you have multiple, creates one of the best defensive artifacts in the game that gives you damage reduction based on the amount of attack your hero has. So it means you can build an aggressive hero with low HP, but that is very defensive. It's quite nice. We also have Antlers Cane, one of the best artifacts in PvE. It lets you deal a lot of damage, skill damage, attack, and precision all boost the damage you deal. However, Antlers Cane is often given available for free, so I wouldn't go grabbing this immediately because it is a very accessible free artifact. So I'd rather spend my relics on something else, such as potentially a Demon Bell. We were given a Demon Bell for free last event, so maybe this is going to be the second copy of Demon Bell for you. Either way, you're probably going to want 7 or 8 Demon Bells once you get to endgame, so collecting them as you go is really important, and Demon Bell is a fantastic energy artifact. And finally, we have the Golden Crown, a very defensive artifact that wasn't really being used until recently. It's a fantastic artifact for Eloise or Fiona, and now that a lot of us have access to Fiona thanks to last week's Prophet Orb event, it may be the go-to artifact for a lot of people this week. Once you have Golden Crown upgraded to Splendid, you have a Fiona who is exceptionally tanky and very difficult to take down, which means she gets more shields and will protect your team, adding to the tankiness, and it just makes Fiona a brilliant hero all round. So if you haven't already got yourself a Golden Crown for your Fiona, you might want to consider that too. And if you're curious how to upgrade your artifacts and make them better, you do it here in the Almost Workshop. You're going to need this currency here, which you can get from dismantling the artifacts you own, and you use that currency to upgrade your artifacts, first to Glittery, then to Radiant, and then to Splendid, and it will give you various abilities that are enhanced and improve the stronger you make the artifact. And each time you'll need another copy. So Glittery requires 2 copies of the artifact, Radiant requires 3, and Splendid requires 4. Anyway, that's everything for this week. It's a pretty solid event. I like the rewards. I love the fact that there is an Ithaqua available for free, and I think Almost Workshop and Glorious Boost is always a pleasant sight. Now, let's go take a look at what we have for next week. Well, Sky Labyrinth is back, so that means Sky Labyrinth is going to be an event that you can just expect to happen frequently, and we are definitely now on a 5-week cycle. Mysterious Chest event here as well, with Fiona as the top reward. This is awesome, and this may be a way to drain our gems before anniversary. I'll be talking a little bit more about whether it's worth spending your gems in next week's event review, so if you haven't already, why not consider hitting the subscribe button to take a look at next week's event with me as well. And as well, Almost Workshop and Glorious Boost carry on over into next week, so don't feel like you need to go and chase after all the rewards right now. You still have 2 weeks to go and grab the Glorious Boost, so take your time, make your decision carefully, and hopefully you can get yourself a really nice artifact. Now, the final thing I want to take a look at this week is something really cool. If you go over to the guild, you go to the territory, and you click on the store, you'll see they've finally added our first guild skin. And this is the skin for Carrie called Red Lotus. It's super awesome. First of all, just check it out. She's in the hand of her little friend, he breaks, and then she climbs on in after fixing him and pilots him, which I think is really neat. So I think this aesthetically is one of the best skins we've ever had. But let's just take a moment to look at these skills. Attack, control immunity, and speed, 3 fantastic stats for Carrie. Her original skin that she has offers HP, damage reduction, and speed. And generally, Carries don't really get much use out of HP because she's a very aggressive hero that dies and then comes back and dies and then comes back. So attack has always been something very strong to have on her. So the fact we're getting both attack and speed from just one skin is amazing, which makes this the new best skin for Carrie. And I really like that because I used to hate the old skin, so I'm really happy this is available. However, if you want to buy it, it does cost 100 Ace Skin vouchers, which you can only obtain from guild competitions. So if your guild's not doing very well, you might not have a lot of these, and it is going to take you some time to save them up. But of course, if you do have a Carrie that wants an awesome skin and you have been doing very well with your guild, this is a great skin for you to go and pick up. So that's everything for this week's event. A fairly short video for you guys today because honestly, it's a fairly short event. It's just campaign loot drop, wishing coins, and of course, a little bit of extra stuff in there as well. However, before we go, guys, there is one final thing I can show you, and it's actually that there's a new CD key for Idle Heroes. It's Happy 5th, so make sure you guys remember to exchange it, and then you can go across to your mail and get yourself a copy of an Elite 5-star hero, some skin shard packages, and 1,000 gems, which is a great celebration for Idle Heroes' anniversary. So make sure you cash in that CD key, guys, and make sure you're logging in frequently this week to get yourselves the rewards and get those doggies to get yourself some really nice stuff, whether it's Prophet Orbs, Heroic Summon Scrolls, or an Ithaqua. There's a lot of stuff you guys can grab this event. And yeah, let me know what you're doing in the comment section down below. Let me know what stuff you're looking forward to this week, and let me know if you're excited for Sky Labyrinth next week. Anyway, guys, that's all from me today. Don't forget, if you want to help me out, why not back me on Patreon, and I'll see you soon. Until next time, happy idling.